Hello everyone, this is MSY's Research Notes. So today this is an impromptu video or an impromptu speech. Generally, I think every I think every video that I have uploaded on YouTube are impromptu videos because basically I don't have enough time to write a kind of speech draft. So basically, I just express what I'm thinking about in my mind and just directly say it out. And recently, I've been very busy. You can see this is the like the calendar, and yesterday I started to write the short paper, which need to be submitted to Eurocall committee to participate in the conference. Since the abstract has already been accepted, so the next part would be the short paper, and the short paper altogether there will be 10 pages, and I'll introduce thoroughly about my software and also the evaluation process about the software. And it's not only a kind of evaluation of the functions of the software, but also we need to just find some volunteers to participate in using this software and trace their language development. I say language development because it's not only a software that only support English. You can learn basically, I think, at least more than 50 different languages, as long as that language is supported by some generative AI. So I think it's a very interesting process, but also very time consuming and also labor demanding, I have to say. Because you can see this is a new calendar, because I have already finished a calendar when I was preparing for the meta-analysis. Hopefully, if you have watched the previous video, you should remember that I was writing a meta-analysis several days earlier, and I generally just spend since the data collection or the literature search, which is the first step to conduct the meta-analysis, I started that process in early May, and right now I have already submitted my manuscript to Recall. Absolutely, it is wonderful and one of the most famous journals, high-ranking journals in the world, especially well known in linguistics. I know it's a very hard to be accepted by this journal, but I still think, well, since I have already tried and I have already studied several Recall papers, I think why not just have a try. So I'm now waiting for the response. So basically, why I stopped recording once again, because I was absolutely too busy with the meta-analysis. When you are writing a paper, you generally don't have enough time to read every day, especially when I was writing the result part, the discussion, the literature review. I spent a lot of time revising my writing, and also try to be more critical in the writing process to give some more to give some deeper, I think, critical thinkings. So this is why I just started writing that Eurocall short paper on July the 11th, which is not very early. I think probably it's a little bit late, because I only have 20 days to finish this short paper, and and then submit to the Eurocall committee and wait for like several rounds of revision. So time is really limited, so I'm not quite sure whether tomorrow I can have enough time to record this video. You can see right now it's 10:11. I just have time to record videos and share my academic advances late at night. So I'm not quite sure whether I can sustain this time, because you can see this is the reality, because I'm very busy, especially before application to Oxford or Cambridge, I want to make 100% sure that I can be accepted. I can be admitted by those two universities. So this is why I spend a lot of time um, in academic writing every day. I finished meta-analysis, and this month I need to participate in a summer school. Altogether, there are around 2,000 participants who have submitted their personal statement to the committee, and only 120 participants were admitted to participate offline, and another 120 were admitted to participate online. So I was among the 120 to participate offline. I think that will be more effective, and I can just get in touch with some scholars there and discuss and probably know more about their career development and just have some inspirations on my own future development or my future plans. So I will move to Nanjing. Hopefully, you know this city, which is not, you know, which is not that far away from my hometown. But I need to take the train. I need to stay in Nanjing for like 8 days. I'm not quite sure, but I have already booked the hotels. I cannot remember exactly the days, but during those summer school days, I think it would be very hard for me to continue essay writing, even though I think probably during some conferences I can just spare some time to write. But generally, you are admitted to learn some techniques there. It's a summer school. It's just like a workshop. There are lectures, there are tutors, and you need to finish different tasks. It's just like um, so I think my time is very very limited, and I right now I've been invited as a kind of judge um, to participate in a competition to serve as to serve as a judge in the committee. So I need to go to Beijing, the capital city, different to Nanjing. Hopefully, you can tell the difference between those two names. Beijing on July the 19th and 20th. So this time is very very limited. So today I um, today I further revised the application design. You can see I further improved, for example, um, the aesthetic design, and I try to just design the software more beautifully. And then probably tomorrow I'll finish all the design revision part, and the day after tomorrow I will start writing. But actually, um, this short paper would be much easier because at most you will write just 10 pages, and generally you don't have a supplementary material, so everything should be included within this paper. So you need to write everything. I mean, relatively simply, um, and shortly and concisely. Uh, so I think it's not a very difficult compared with the meta-analysis because it's indeed a research paper. I altogether wrote more than 7,000 words, but less than 8,000 because recall that journals. You can know the um, how to say that. What's the word the demand of the journal. I forgot how to say that in English, but you must meet the requirements, or indeed the requirements of the journals. So it's a very very tough process, especially for a novice writer like me. And that meta-analysis was conducted by myself and another university student, an undergraduate. So we just got no support and no help, but we believe that um, this academic arena, the hall of academia, I mean, is mm, it's a place where I can feel equality. Even though you're young, even though you are a novice writer, you can be cultivated, you can be trained, and since you are talented in this area, then probably it is also possible for an undergraduate student to get a chance to at least not being rejected by the recall by this high tier journal. So at least I choose to have a try. Yeah. Mm. So this is the things that I have done, from that previous video until today. Mm. So basically, this is what I'm planning to do, and hopefully one day I can introduce to you about my software. But since it hasn't been published, to some extent, I don't dare to share uh, too many details, especially the design, the philosophy of our design, and some principles, which are, I think, some fundamental things. Probably I'll share those things after this paper being published. So basically, I think right now, I think probably I still haven't got a very, very detailed plan about in August. But I think after submitting this short paper to Eurocall, I think I will have a extremely clear plan about what will happen or what I will do in August. Because after submitting this paper to Eurocall, I need to probably I could probably get a chance to serve as one of the reviewers, and also after other reviewers, after this review process, I will also get some suggestions or requirements raised by those other reviewers, and I need to revise my article, and also I need to prepare for the presentation in Belfast in Eurocall 2026 annual meeting, which is absolutely one of the most important thing in this process, in this period. So I think in August I will spend a lot of time revising this short paper, serving as a reviewer to review other people's their short paper, and also prepare the presentation. And probably I think I will constantly optimize my software, because this software hasn't been available online. So one day, probably in August, or probably at least before my application to Oxford or Cambridge, I will finish this software, and I will absolutely upload this software online. And when the time comes, hopefully you can use this software. And I think it's a very, very meaningful software. And at least if I were a student using this software, I think I would benefit a lot from this, because indeed, I'm not an expert in doing this, but just because of this feature, just because I'm a student who have just started to do some academic research, who have just started to create a software to embark on my own, like my own small company and my own brand. I think that just because of this feature, I can know more about the customer's demand, because I myself is a customer. Just because when I was using various applications on the market, I noticed there are a lot of limitations. For example, I can just give you some examples. For example, like I'm not sure if you know, by Sidan, this is a kind of application in China. Users will use this application to learn vocabularies. For example, if you know this word, you can click like cross. It means 展 in Chinese. It means, okay, I know this word, so you don't need to pop up once again. And also you can choose several meanings. Different options of these words, and there is a correct meaning, and all those three meanings are wrong. So you can just like a multiple choice, you can choose one. For example, you choose A, and then it's correct. Okay, then move to the next word, and what probably is wrong, then the system will give you some hints, and based on these hints, you can eventually choose the correct one. So this, I mean, after introducing this to you, you can see that this is like this software only focuses on the input part of the learning cycle. I'm not quite sure whether there is a kind of framework or theory. Hopefully there is, because I always emphasize you need to reach a kind of learning circle, in your learning process. There is a kind of input and there is a kind of output, and those two things should be linked as neatly as possible. I hopefully. So this is why I designed this software, and this is just one small reason. And this is also one of the limitations that I have noticed in the existing market softwares. So this is why I designed this. And right now I'm just fighting alone, only myself, with no members, no employees, absolutely also no bosses. So just a personal company or a personal project. What is? Okay, it's not a big deal. It's a message. Someone just sent me a message. It's not a big deal. So I think one day I will introduce this software to you, and this is also a way to record my personal growth, because you can also see a lot of entrepreneurs when they were young or when they were starting their business, they will also try to record some videos, and this is also one of my dreams. So well, basically this video is an update of my daily life, probably in the previous weeks, an update. All right, hopefully I can continue my video tomorrow, because when I am writing, or probably when I start to write the short paper, I will absolutely find some other short papers which have already been published by Eurocall after this conference. So I will check the conference proceedings and also find some other people's papers, and I will do intensive reading. And probably tomorrow, if I could have enough time, probably tomorrow I will introduce how other people finish their short paper and successfully submit it to Eurocall conference in the conference proceeding. So this is my plan, and I do hope to continue video recording. But many times, firstly, you need to know that time is very, very limited every day, because sometimes I need to finish my work at around 11, and I need to take a shower and go to sleep at around 12. I just don't have enough time. And secondly is that every day I focus on my own research, my methodology, my results part, my data analysis. Probably right now I cannot share a lot of things in this video since the project hasn't been finished. So and also I don't have enough time to read other people's articles. So this is why sometimes I have to stop recording sometimes. Not because I don't want to record, just because I think, especially in the process of application to Oxford or Cambridge, sometimes something, I cannot decide everything every day. I can just focus on the most crucial things. I can just delve into the things that I need to invest in most, and also get most rewards or get most feedback. So, but video, absolutely, video is a way to demonstrate my academic progress, and also it's a good way to tell, like, professors in Oxford or Cambridge, you can also see my growth, my development, and you can also see that all my papers, all my research projects are real, are authentic. So hopefully this can also be a kind of validation, a kind of authentication, a kind of proof to tell you that I'm a real person who want to be a scholar in the future. So this is also a meaningful thing for this video, and also for myself is absolutely one day, probably decades later, when I see this video again, I can feel that I have the passion to go abroad. I have the passion to be a scholar, which is a very, very important thing for the lasting or long-term development of a scholar. So all those things are the things that I want to say today, and also this is a video to boost the morale, because this is a battle. Each battle needs morale if you want a victory. So basically this is what I have today, and hopefully I can see you tomorrow, and hopefully I can have enough time, and hopefully tomorrow I can make more progress, more groundbreaking projects. Alright, so this is MSY's research notes, and today is July the 12th, Sunday, and now it's 10:28, and this is MSY's research notes, and see you tomorrow. Good night.